Okay. I think that worked. All right, good morning. Nice. It is Sunday, July 27th. We're rounding out July already. Near the end already of July. And we are still on the road. And no, I don't sleep in on the road. I know when you're on vacation, you're supposed to be able to sleep in and just sleep whenever you want. But my body just wakes me up early in the morning still. Maybe if I had a pair of earplugs. I forgot my earplugs. Usually when I travel, I remember a pair of earplugs. But today I forgot. So maybe that would help next time if I brought some earplugs. We're just having fun. You know, I'm swimming with the kids and let's see. Without getting into too much detail, sharing your whole life story on the internet, you know, we did have a blast yesterday. And then also, you know, going out and having fun. But we also had a good time once we came home, and we just like spent time as a family playing board games and card games and stuff. So it's been really nice to just sort of not be in our usual element. It's been really nice, and spend time with family, you know, our extended family that's here. I say extended, like people that are not, you know, my wife and kids, my in-laws and all that. So anyway, let's dive in. Let's play the puzzles, play a couple of New York Times games, and see how it goes. So in the connections puzzle today, let's scroll that down so you can see it. I don't know why it's scrolling funny this morning. We're trying to create 4 groups of 4. I see Halloween, picnic, easy, grade, child's play, elementary, con game, tailgate, grammar, magic show, block party, piece of cake, festival, no sweat, primary, and hearts. Okay, so some of those sounded like horror movies, like Halloween and Child's Play. But I also saw like different parties, like a tailgate party, block party, a festival, maybe picnic. Yeah, but see, then I also saw, oh, that was easy. That was a picnic. No sweat. That was elementary. There's a lot of overlapping categories here. I wonder if it's this one. No, it's not even close. Okay. Maybe it is the other one I'm thinking of. Festival, picnic, tailgate, block party. Okay, outdoor events. All right, it was that first one I was thinking of. I was completely overthinking that. There we go. Awesome. Con game. Oh, piece of cake. I missed that. Piece of cake, easy, no sweat, child's play. Something that's super simple. Nothing to it. Elementary school, primary school, grade school, grammar school. Words before school. Cool. Don't remind me that school is starting soon. Magic show, Halloween, con game, and hearts. These are movies, aren't they? Oh, associated with tricks. Trick or treat. I get it. That's funny. Okay. Well, even on the road, even out of town, we've been keeping up a streak here. We've got 14 days in a row. Nearly in rainbow order. Outdoor events. Block party, festival, picnic, and tailgate. That was the green category. Nothing to it. That was easy. That was child's play. No sweat. Piece of cake. Words before school. Elementary school, grade school, grammar school, and primary school. Associated with tricks, the purple category. Con game, Halloween, hearts, and magic show. Right. Oh, tricks. I've never played the game Hearts. I do know of the game Hearts, but you collect up cards in tricks. Halloween, right? Mischief night, you play tricks on each other. Nice. Alright, let's fix that a little bit. There we go. Okay. It's a standard 5x5. Yesterday was a huge puzzle. And tricky, very tricky. In addition, how about... Oh my goodness. I hit the caps lock key. That doesn't work. Cytherism. The sound of blank rustling through the trees. Wind? Is that just wind? Is that a cytherism? Cytherism. This cytherism. Like scones and stoners. Are they fried? Retail chain with an average store size of 300,000 square feet, roughly 3 city blocks. Is that IKEA? Workstation. Oh, it's close. Okay. So then let's do the down one. Something's not right here. Okay, so maybe the word fried is wrong because this one up. If you're up, you're awake. What are we doing awake? We're on vacation. We should be asleep. We're playing the puzzles together. Social media currency is likes. Tiptoe around. Sneak. Like 2025, but not 2026. That is an odd number. Contractor's offer is a bid. Okay. And... Huh. Baked. Scones are baked? I thought scones were fried. I was pretty sure scones were fried. Okay. Also, I was listening to my video from yesterday, and everything sounded very, very loud. So sorry about the loud sound of the... I'm just working... It's too... Maybe we'll just deal with it. Yeah. The loud sound of the I'm just working off of the laptop audio, so sorry if the laptop audio is just terrible. That's kind of what I'm working with. That's what happens when you're on the road, I guess. Let's pull this up so I can see the chat too. Okay. There we go. You can see the chat doing that. Okay, so in addition, also, Cytherism is a noun. The sound of wind rustling through the trees. That's a new one for me. Like scones and stoners baked. I thought scones were fried. I was pretty sure scones were like donuts, basically, or funnel cake. Maybe I'm wrong. I have been wrong once before. Retail chain with an average store size of 300,000 square feet, roughly 3 city blocks. IKEA. That's nuts. That's crazy. And then your workstation is your desk. One down, up. If you're up, you're awake. What am I doing awake? On vacation? I should be asleep, right? The likes are social media currency. Yeah. Tiptoe around. Sneak. Boy, if only we could like pay for things in likes. Wouldn't that be great? Tiptoe around. Like 2025, but not 2026. 2025 is an odd number. A long, big, long, odd number. Contractor's offer is a bid. Yeah, cool. And then let's try the Wordle. And sadly, we only have a 3-day streak because I lost my streak at the beginning of, actually the very beginning of our vacation. I was like, yeah, I'm going to live stream. I had this whole setup figured out. I had, you know, this like live cam thing figured out. And then it ended up, the streaming platform that I was using wasn't working. And so it really threw me off my game. I had to live stream from my phone and just show the screen. It threw me off, and then I ended up missing the Wordle. So I was a little frustrated with myself about that. But here I've got it running again. Got my laptop figured out. Everything's running. And yeah, sadly we only have, what, a 3-day streak. Hopefully soon to become a 4-day streak. So let's see how this goes. I thought of a word while I was brushing my teeth this morning. No, it was plank. Okay. So it gave us an L. Can I come up with a non-intersecting word? A word that doesn't use any of those first 5? I can. Moist. Okay, and there's an O in the puzzle somewhere. Can I come up with a third one? Freud, not a word. It's a proper name. What's another word I could use? Tube? Is that a word? How about chewy? That's a word. Chewy. Like the pet food delivery service. Try that. Oh my gosh, look at that. And it makes like a box. That's so funny. Almost like a crossword puzzle. Okay. So knowing that the H goes there, W could go with it. W-H-O-L-E. Hole. That's gotta be it. Nice. Awesome. Okay, hole. Yeah, so we've played 212 times. It very forgivingly says we have a 100% win ratio, even though I lost my streak yesterday. Or no, a couple days ago. The very beginning of our trip here. Current streak 4. That's okay. We usually get it on the 4th. 4 days ago we did not even get it, which I was a little frustrated with, but that's okay. And sometimes we have to wait until the bitter end, but luckily we got it in our usual standing. If you're just brand new, I have a strategy. I don't know if other people do this strategy, but I call it the non-intersecting word strategy. Not a very graceful name, but it works. It works for me 99% of the time. I come up with 3 different words that don't cross each other. and it's a new word every day. Don't start with like the same starting word every time, right? Adieu or something. Everyone loves using like a go-to word every time. Me, I'd start with whatever word pops into my head, right? A 5-letter word. Like this morning I was in the bathroom, I thought of plank, so I typed that in, and then I came up with 2 other words that don't use all the same letters. So out of the 26 letters, I've got 15 letters used up, and hopefully by then it gave me at least a couple letters, and then whatever's left I can just pick from those. And today it just so happened to make like a crossword. That's such a funny, like, there it is, it made like a crossword L. I love that. It'd be funny if those made words almost like a crossword. Or what's that other puzzle where it like drops down? You have to like drop down letters with a crane. I forget what that one is. Aranha plays that one all the time. I just play these 5. I love them. I play Connections, the Mini, Wordle, Strands, Letterbox. Those are the ones I love going to in the morning. Oops. Okay, click that. There we go. On our way. All right, and we got a 19-day streak in the Strands. Did we miss a day in the Strands? I didn't feel like we missed a day in the Strands. Huh. Okay, so in the Strands, if you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search, except they don't give you the answers. We have to just fish them out of this puzzle box here, and all of the words lead back to this theme. Now, usually the theme is, it's a gimmick kind of answer. That's a good look. So this is about looking at people or fashion. Oh, I hope it's not about fashion. I'm terrible at fashion. The world of fashion makes no sense to me. I'm a polo shirt and khakis kind of guy. In the summer, I'm a polo shirt and shorts kind of guy. I don't know fashion at all. Okay, so alright, so I like looking in corners at the first. If you guys see any words in this hectic word search, let me know. That's funny, I see Santa Cruz, but 2 different words there. Study? Study? What do you mean study? That's a good look. Study. What do you mean, study? That's a good look? Like you're gonna take a look at something, you're gonna study it? Silent? What does it mean? What does it mean? Help me out, you guys. Do you see any words in here that would lead back to this theme? That's a good look. Study? What does it mean? Should we use a hint? Maybe we use a hint today. Weigh? That's a good look. Take a good look at something. To weigh your options. To study. What? If you see something, guys, let me know. The chat's not really buzzing today. If you want to chime in, let me know. Even just say good morning to me. I want to see the word spectate right there. What does it mean? Hey, good morning, buddy. Good to see you. This is a really tough one. Do you guys see any words that make sense here? This is a super tough one, I agree. I still haven't fully pinned down the meaning of this theme either. That's a good look. To study, to weigh your options. To size up. What's the Z doing here? That's weird. Zine. At this point, I'm just trying to make words so that I can earn another hint, because this is not making any sense. This is a jumble of words. Okay, we're going to use another hint. Survey. Okay. That still doesn't help a whole lot. Survey, weigh, study. This could be like an IZE word. Like analyze. Oh, here's one. Scrutinize. Scrutinize. There we go. 4 out of the 7. This is a tricky one. This is a really, really tough one. Analysis. Oh my gosh, I did that entire word backwards. Enemaxy. Examine. Golly. Okay, this was a tough one. Oh, here. Inspect. Inspect. Holy smokes. What a puzzle. This was a tough one. I needed 2 hints for this one. I needed 2 hints. I don't know if I'd say well done. It's saying I did well done. I don't know about that one. That's a good look, it says. That's the theme. Huh. That's a good look. I'm still... Like, to take a good look? You have taken a good look. That's a good look. I don't know. I don't love that theme. The theme's a little hair-raising. But analysis. You're going to examine, study, scrutinize, inspect, weigh, and survey. Wow. That was a tough puzzle. That was definitely a tough puzzle. Alright. And let's do letterboxed. And today we're trying to solve in 5 words. I don't know why there's a big gap like that. There's a big gap on top. Because look, if I zoom in, then that box goes away. I need that. I need that zoomed out. So try to solve in 5 words. Pretty average puzzle today. It's not super small, super long. B, U, and A on one side. I, S, and H. Oh, funny. I, S, H. D, L, and T. Y, G, and R. Okay. So we can't use 2 letters that are on the same side, one after the other. There's no E in the puzzle. There's no O. I see this ISH. I want to play the ISH. Brutal. There's a word. Brutal. Light? Lighty? Lighty is a word? Okay. Is yad's a word? I can't do like sadly because the D and the L are on the same side. Sadly, can't do that. How about just light? And then we're on a T. How about tads? The plural of tad. How long? How many? Oh, just a tad. How about some tads? Tads. And then now we're on the S for, oh, just easy, say. Okay, that was easy. Okay, so with the letterbox puzzle today, we did brutal, and then the L led to light, the T led to tads, and the S for say. And we had to do it in 5 words, we did it in 4. Let's see what yesterday's puzzle was. Polyhedra and axiom. That is not how we solved it. We were a little less graceful than that. Letterbox. Cool. Alright. Well, if you're new here, if you like what you see, give it a like, consider subscribing. Because we do this every day, even when I'm on vacation. And we are going to recap our answers. So we're going to see all the different puzzles that I've played. You can see at the bottom we've played Connections, the mini crossword, Wordle, Strands, and Letterboxed. And we've done pretty good at it. So, alright, in the Connections puzzle today, we created 4 groups of 4, almost in rainbow order. This was my what I used to think was rainbow order. The green first, and then on April Fool's Day, actually, they were saying, no, it's not green, yellow, it's yellow and then green. And I was like, there's no way. And I looked it up, and sure enough, that was correct. I thought they were, razzing me for April Fool's Day, but that actually was it. So, green, outdoor events like a block party, a festival, a picnic, and a tailgate. Nothing to it. That's easy. Child's play. No sweat. Piece of cake. Words before school. Elementary school, grade school, grammar school, or primary school. Associated with tricks, right? A con game is a trick. Halloween, you go trick-or-treating. Hearts, you collect cards into tricks. And then a magic show, of course, is full of lots and lots of tricks. And then we played the mini crossword. In addition, also, that was one across. Scytherism. Scytherism. That's a new word to me. The sound of wind rustling through the trees. Scytherism. That feels like too long a word. Scytherism. To say the same thing. Like scones and stoners are both baked. I thought scones were fried. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I have been wrong before. Retail chain with an average store size of 300,000 square feet, roughly 3 city blocks. IKEA. If you ever been inside an IKEA, you could see. Yeah, it's big enough you can get lost inside. They're crazy how big that is. They make good meatballs though. Go get some Swedish meatballs, or a 75-cent hot dog when you're out, when you've made it to the finish line somehow. And then a workstation, a desk, possibly a desk purchased at IKEA. If you're up, you're awake. Social media currency is likes. Tiptoe around, to sneak. Like 2025, but not 2026. 2025 is an odd number. 2026 is an even number. And then contractor's offer is a bid. Cool. And then in our Wordle today, we did plank as a starting move, and that gave us the L. And then moist, which gave us the O. And then chewy, which gave us the H in the correct place, and an E and a W, which I think is so funny because we have all 5 letters, and they make like an L. I thought that was funny. It makes an L. So between all three of those words, we got all 5 letters, and we rearranged them. I thought, well, maybe it's a WH word, and it was. So we tried whole, and that was it. Okay, and then in the Strands puzzle today, that's a good look, right? When you look at something, you analyze it. So analysis, to study something, to scrutinize it. examine, to weigh in, to survey, and to inspect. Did you see me solve this one? It was exactly opposite. Animax. And I was like, what? Oh, examine. It's funny. And then we polished it off today with the letterbox puzzle. We had to solve it in 5, and we solved in 4 today. The word brutal led to the letter L for light, T for tads, and then S for say, so we could use up the Y. Awesome. Well, cool. Quiet chat today. Bodhi, thanks for chiming in today. But if you guys liked what you see, give it a like on this video and this live stream. Consider subscribing, because we do this every day. Even when I'm on vacation, right? I'm at my in-laws' house out of state, and I thought, gosh, I got to figure out some way to live stream even though I'm not at home. And it's turning out okay. The audio is a little funny. Sorry about the crackle in the audio, the hiss. That's the hum of my laptop running. We're just using the laptop audio. Maybe in the future instead I'll use the audio from my Bluetooth headphones or something. I literally have no other microphone, so we're just doing what we can with what we have. So it works. It works. We're making it work. Yeah, anyway, this turned out great, and we got a couple more days out on the road. Let's see, tomorrow I will be doing the live stream from just the way we've been doing it, and then Tuesday I think we'll be home again. So yeah, it'll be good. Anyway, if you like this, give it a like, right, and consider subscribing, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.